Jesus is calling. The precious blood of Jesus Christ. Leave behind your regrets. Jesus.
Dave Madden. Dave would do is during game time at camp, we would go to the other they were coming from. And to watch was joy, right? If you've never got these, oh man, we got to, y'all need what this thing is for right here. I had a friend, are you ready for this? He would launch Frozen body. Why you just had to have Terrence grab this because I trust him. This is your chance. You know what? No offense, Terrence is probably one of the top people that I know would rather have a hand cramp than let go of that because that's my boy. Now, here's the thing if you know about this. You guys ever held something and you feel that tension? That Terrence. If we were going to launch something, power is in the tension between the cords, right? There's a stretching going on. I can put a water balloon in this pouch, but it ain't going to go nowhere if there's no stretching. Ladies, who in here have ever cleaned your jeans and you had to do the squat motion in the room just so they'd fit right? Anybody know what I'm talking about? You wonder why in the world you're doing lunges in the middle of the room? It's because, they're too tight, right? Jing. Anybody got a new pair of boots before and they didn't D&D and they had, you ever find a bod and you realize your body is shoes that you have on your body and the shirt that you think you, but I put that we have a scene had like the Roman letters on the chest for my high school and I put it on. It sure looked a lot better when I was 18 compared. Sad days, but it's okay. But I want to, I love y'all too. I'm 32. I'm only 31? There's hope. I'm not that bad. Man, that would have been great because I would have been like, time to turn 33. Chelsey said 32. I was like, I saved a year.
You were making me older and Layne.
Chelsey goes, no, because if you're 32, that means I'm 34. No, who's got their word with you this morning? Get out. This is going to be good. God has for you. Everybody say for me. It's important that you say it's for me because to just hear a word, you came in you. And guess what? When you get in the presence of God, I don't care if you came for someone else and you didn't come for you. Something going to happen to you. That's the way it is. If you begrudgingly take your kids to Six Flags, ooh, that's nasty. I need to come back over. So I may have come for you. Fun too. So everybody say for me. New Testament. And listen, there's no judgment. If you need to go to that first page in the Bible that kind of shows you where the books are, we ain't going to judge you. I've always seen you guys low-key do that, and you try to look, or you do the thing where you start scanning from the very first. Matthew chapter 8. And we're going to flip through a few times, but I want you to follow what we're going to talk about this morning. I'm very 23. Now, it's all going to be around Matthew, so we're going to get your thumbs worked out today. And most of you know this story, but I want you to see something possibly you haven't seen before. Matthew chapter 8, verse 23, and it says, now when he got into a boat, his disciples followed him. And suddenly a great tempest, so that the boat was covered with the waves, was asleep. I've got a question. This is so not Jesus right now, but I'm just going to ask, are there anybody in here that you've been through earthquakes, you've been through storms, and you didn't wake up one bit through? I slept through an earthquake one time, and then you have those people that if a stick breaks out in their hand, okay? All right, anybody in here, you could sleep through anything. I mean, literally the building could fall. Okay. Yeah. See, yes. So here's the thing about Chelsey and I. Chelsey could hear a leaf crack outside, and she is awake. But Houston can be on her chest screaming. I'm the opposite. I could sleep through a tornado and realize it. So we work together. I'm glad it's not both the same on one sleeping. Now, then his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us. We are perishing. But he said to them, why are you so faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea. And there was a great calm. So the men marveled, saying, who can this be that even the winds and the sea obey him? Do you know what amazes me about that story? It's not that. It's the fact that this healed the leopard, after Jesus healed the centurion's servant, after he's seen diseases fall away, after he's seen all of these miracles. Isn't it funny how it's very easy to believe miracles for someone else's behalf, but it's hard to have faith for my own storms? You ever been in a situation or a circumstance where you've seen God move in people's life, but now it came time to believe something for yourself and you struggle? I know God can do something for you, and I've seen it, but now it comes to where application for my faith is for my own benefit, and I feel rocky. You ever felt that before? You ever felt like that father that said, y'all need to go to church, this is good for you guys, it's not for me, but you guys go to church because you knew that God could do something in your family, but you were nervous that God could do something or couldn't do something in you? Good, maybe it's just me this morning. Okay, so I need you to go to Matthew chapter 16. There's after. Oh, it's so good. Now you must understand this, that this story right here, I'm going to give you a little preface before it. Jesus just got done on 2 different circumstances feeding multitudes, right? Yeah. Now, you've got to understand that when it talks about the thousands of people, it only 1,000 people were fed. Wrap your mind around this. 30,000 people were fed, estimated, out of 2 small lunches, right? Pharisees come up, they do what Pharisees do, they try to make it real religious, and they get on Jesus' nerve. They say, dance for us, miracle Jesus, dance for us. And he goes, I'm not going to perform a miracle for you. You don't want it for the miracle. So let's look at this conversation here. Matthew chapter 16, verse 5. Now when the disciples had come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. Leaven is what causes the bread to grow, and it infects every. Look at the leaven of the bread. He says, be careful for their fake religious mindset. Be careful around that. Right? Do you get what he's saying? On religious people that look on Sunday, other than how they look on Thursday night, be careful for those people. Saying, is this because we've taken no bread? They are thinking on a literal level, and Jesus is talking about something deeper. And I love Jesus' response. Oh, you of little faith. Sounds familiar, right? Why do you reason among yourselves? Because you have brought no bread. Do you not understand yet and remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000 and how many baskets you took up, nor the 7 loaves for the 4,000 and how many large baskets you took up? Is it you do not understand that I do not speak of you concerning bread, but beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, of the Sadducees? Jesus is saying, get bread. Right. You're so worried about not having 30,000 people. This is where they are, and Jesus is taking them. Do you guys ever remember the moment you walked into math class and saw letters on the board and thought you were in the wrong class? Teacher, you'll be all right. See, you remember when all of a sudden you learned how to multiply and then they hand you a sheet of paper that says 2 minutes on top? And you say, what's the 2 minutes? And you said, hold up. Do you remember when you had spelling prepared for? Haven brought her words up and it was like, city and sight and true. And then the paper, I said, God, we took a huge jump on challenge words. You know, and let's be honest.